And you've gotta cut Chad off at 3 o'clock because of the institution.
That's my understanding.
There you go.
Hey Desiree, listen to this. So last night our power's out, right? So I was All right, Attorney Adele, before I bring in your client, is she with Cindy Cobb right now? We're going to have to, one moment. All right, here we go. Is she with Cindy Cobb right
Your
now?
Honor, I cannot hear you right now if you're speaking to me.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You're muted, Judge?
I'm muted?
It so shows muted on the screen.
Okay. See?
Still not hearing anything.
Yeah. We made a grave error by giving me the mouse. It's not
I
going to
hear
work.
you.
What do you want me to do? I can clean, but I can't handle the. All right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Do you hear that feedback though?
Yeah.
What is
Yes,
that?
I can have IT come up again, I don't know.
Is it, do I need to mute this one?
I think if you mute that one, then you don't get the sounds about the system, because that's what I tried doing.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so we're on the record. There is going to be a bit of feedback here. We're working on it with the computer in the other room, just so you know. I think when we close the door, it will reduce that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, again, let me ask you this. The minor child is with Cindy Cobb, correct?
I know she is using her phone, so I would assume they're at least in the vicinity. I don't know if she's physically with her right now.
Okay. All right. Anything the state would like to put on the record before I bring in the minor child?
No, Judge.
Okay. Attorney O'Brien?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense would ask the court to specifically exclude Cindy Cobb from any type of interchange with the minor child at this point.
Attorney O'Brien just asked to exclude Cindy Cobb from any discussion or the room with the minor child. Do you have any response to that?
Your Honor, I don't think that would be an issue as long as GC is comfortable using the technology. I think that would be okay for her.
Okay.
I could just ask her, but I haven't received a response yet about whether she's with her or not.
Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't I admit her into our session? And then the two of you, do you want to have a breakout room just briefly, privately, and then you can cover that with her?
And Your Honor, if you're talking, I can't hear you right now.
You muted yourself.
I didn't mute myself.
And just so you're aware, I did just receive a response from the minor child saying she's in an office room alone, but she said she could get her grandmother if she needed to. So it sounds like at the moment she's alone in an office.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I think Ms. Kroll's assisting me behind the door. Thank you, Ms. Kroll. I think that reduces some feedback. All right, we'll go ahead and bring in the minor child. Attorney O'Brien, you've heard Attorney Adele indicate she is not with Cindy Cobb. Does that address your concern?
As long as it stays that way, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. I do want to note for the record that Ms. Stefanko is present with us in the courtroom at this time. It's almost 10 after 3. Attorney O'Brien is present, Attorney Cottrell is present, Attorney LaPrenzi is present, Attorney Easter is present, Detective Hitchens is present as well. So I'll go ahead and admit that. Can you hear that?
It's still reverberating. I tried something else.
A little bit. We'll see. And I am going to ask her to come on camera so I can see her, Attorney Adele.
I'm trying to figure out. Please allow me central access.
Oh, okay. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, listen. I need you to turn your camera on.
Your Honor, I think she might have been indicating she was trying to figure out how to give her camera access.
Okay.
It's saying that I need to go to device settings.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
Yes. It's not. Okay, it's still on. Let me find. Okay.
Are you on an iPhone right now?
No, this is an Android.
Oh, okay. But sometimes, yeah, in the settings, it makes you turn your camera on so the app can access it. And it's probably that Ring Central app. At least you can hear me. And then as soon as she's able to turn her camera on, Attorney Adele, I will have you address the issue of her being by herself, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. So we'll get that handled.
I think that's it. I'm on where it says the app, but I'm trying to find where it allows camera.
Sometimes it's at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Oh, I think I might have. Let me
Is it down there?
video.
Oh, man.
Oh, I did it.
Oh, good. Okay, let me tell you something right now. I'm the worst
Okay.
technology person in the courtroom, so the fact that we can say that I assisted you with that, I'm going to make sure that my staff knows that I was the one that did that. Fair enough?
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So you and I have talked before. You've heard me. I've just never been able to see your face, so it's nice to meet you face to face. I'm Amy.
You too.
Okay. All right, so you can see we have Attorney Adele with us, your lawyer. You see here, right? Okay, very good. One thing I need you to do when I talk to you on the record, just use verbal answers. So just like you said like this, The court
Okay.
reporter can't take that down. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. And don't forget, if I ask you a question and you don't understand it, tell me and then we'll talk about it in a different way. Fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to have Attorney Adele talk to you about you being the only one in the room right now. Attorney Adele, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Grace, the court just asked me to verify our conversation via our phone communication right before this, that you indicated you're currently in an office. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're the only person in that office?
What was that?
You're the only person in that office who can hear this conversation?
Yes.
And your grandmother, Cindy Cobb, is not present, correct?
No.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is that sufficient?
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, and just so that you know, we talked to the lawyers, and so when we talk to you right now, all the lawyers, including Attorney Adele, have agreed that you're the only one allowed in the room, okay?
Yes.
Okay. How was school today?
It was good.
Good. Do you have to work later?
Did I have a what?
Do you have to work later?
Oh, yes. I'm at work right now, but
Oh.
I'm in a separate, part of the building.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll try to be as quick as possible so you can get back to work. All right. So my hope is Attorney Adele talked to you after the discussions that I had with the lawyers earlier today. And so,
Yes.
Attorney Adele, why don't you go ahead and start and tell your client why we're here right now?
Yes, Your Honor. For the record, I did speak with my client about the separation of witnesses issues that we discussed earlier. And then I also spoke with her about the court wanting to check in with her this afternoon for the hearing that we're having about her decision to decide to testify in person tomorrow as opposed to using the virtual option that the court had provided. So she is aware that the court wanted to inquire of her and ensure that that was a decision that she came to on her own and that no one else influenced that decision.
Okay, very good. And so just so that you know, I talked to Attorney Adele. I asked her permission to be able to talk to you directly so that I could just talk with you and explain to you what my concerns are, okay?
Okay.
All right. If by some chance you get to a place where you can't hear me, just raise your hand and then that'll signal to me that I have to say it differently, okay?
Okay.
All right. By the way, do you hear feedback or is that just me?
Do I repeat what?
Do you hear that feedback or is that just on my end?
I don't hear anything.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So here's what I talked to the lawyers about, okay? So
Yes.
back in the beginning of October, your lawyer filed a motion, and it was a very thorough motion, and she asked me to grant permission for you to testify by video. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay. I granted that motion. And then what happened was today's Monday, so Friday afternoon, your lawyer then asked for you to testify in person. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we talked with all the lawyers this morning, and I just want to make sure that you're comfortable. I know that you're a very strong and courageous person for coming in to testify, whether you do it by video or being here in person. But I just want to make sure that you're comfortable, and that's a decision that you're making voluntarily. Yes. Okay. All right. You can understand if you're me and you're sitting in my seat that I get a motion that says you want to testify by video because you're apprehensive or scared, and I can appreciate that. But then you make a request that's entirely different. So you understand why I'm asking you those questions, right?
Yes.
All right. So you want to come in person, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me about coming to testify in person?
No, I do not.
Okay. And then I think Attorney Adele will be here with you when you decide to testify in person. Attorney Adele, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I will be there with her.
Okay. Attorney Adele, is there anything else that you want me to cover with your client?
No, Your Honor. I have nothing else.
Okay. Remind me, what grade are you in?
10th.
10th grade, really? My goodness. Are you guys still in school, or do you do a hybrid, or do you do remote?
We're in school.
Oh, okay. Do you guys have to wear masks there?
Yes.
Okay. So when you come into my courtroom, everybody's wearing masks too. Obviously, you can see I'm wearing one right now. Got it?
Got it.
All right. As long as it's professional, you can pick any mask you want to wear. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess I'll see you in the next day or so. Let me ask the lawyers. Hold on for one moment, okay? So when do we anticipate her?
Well, I guess, Judge, what we'll do following this, I was going to call Miss Adele and then maybe coordinate with Miss Cobb, because I know we were trying to get them on the same day, but we gotta kind of coordinate that.
Okay. So I love that answer, but so when's she going to testify?
I don't know.
Okay. Better. Okay, so I just asked Attorney LaPrenzi when you're going to testify. Long story short, he said he doesn't know. but he's gonna talk to you, Attorney Adele, and then he's gonna talk to you. We call you GC around here. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So they're gonna talk to you and talk to your lawyer, and then they'll figure out a time that works for you.
We just lost your audio.
Oh, okay. One moment. Kelly?
I'm still here.
I still hear GC.
Oh, good.
Your Honor.
Let's see if we can hear this.
I think you're back.
Am I back? Oh, good. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to talk to the prosecutors and then your lawyer, and then they're going to give us a schedule as to when we're going to actually see you in person, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now remember, you're allowed to live stream the testimony and you get to watch it. Did you watch anything today?
No,
Okay.
I was busy in school.
Okay. If you want to watch it, you're allowed to watch it. We made an exception for you to be able to watch it even though you're testifying as a witness. Got it?
Okay.
But you're not allowed to talk to anybody else about their testimony or your testimony, including your grandma.
Yes, I understand that.
All right, fair enough. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, you got any questions for me?
No, I do not.
All right, I'll see you soon. All right, Attorney
Okay.
Adele, anything else for the record?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Attorney LaPrenzi or Attorney O'Brien?
No, Judge.
Okay.
Nothing further.
All right, very good. It's very nice to see your face. I'll see you soon in person. All right, bye-bye. All right, okay. So it's 20 after 3. Is there anything further the state of Ohio would like to put on the record at this time?
Judge, you had asked about the GC being used instead of her name.
Yes.
At this point forward, you asked if we were okay with that. I think that's what, I personally am, well, I'm not, the state's not. We would like to be able to converse with her using her name while she's here in court. I think, and my understanding is the only reason we can't is because there's some media somewhere that can't edit that. I don't believe the court and the state should have to modify a trial based on some media's inability to cut out a juvenile's name. So I would ask that we be allowed to use her first name as we would in any other case.
All right, I'll think about that. I appreciate that. You know, and of course, balancing all the different factors in place and the fact that the media is here and the ability to live stream has really enabled us and assisted us to adhere to safety protocols and keep everyone safe. You know, and I think too, just from a perspective for that child, in light of the fact that her ex-stepmother is here in court, in light of those unique circumstances, the fact that she is aware that her father was convicted of murdering her mother, and the fact that she then lives with his mother, I'll take all of that into consideration when I make my decision. But I think it's very clear in front of the jury who she is. I think also once they see her, I think it's very obvious what her first name is, but I'll certainly take that into consideration. Thank you for your input. Attorney O'Brien?
The defense will defer to the court.
All right, thank you so much. Then with that, I think we will conclude for today. We'll see you folks at 8:30 a.m. Forgive me, I know there's been a variety of discussions. So we have Cindy Cobb at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so we'll have her for the entire morning. We will then schedule Chad Cobb from 1 to 3, and then you are going to let us know. My preference is first thing in the morning after you consult with Attorney Adele, whether then it's Mr. Travis or the minor child tomorrow after Chad Cobb's testimony, correct?
Yes.
All right, very good. I appreciate that. I think that's it then. Thank you.
Oh, Judge, this doesn't have to be on the record. Matt Travis tomorrow, Ring Central.